Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're going to break down exactly how you, yes, you, as a brand new investor, can land your very first real estate deal using what we call the direct-to-seller playbook. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, watching other people build wealth and kind of wondering, how do I actually break into this market? Well, you're in the exact right place. We're going to map out a super clear, totally actionable path to that very first success. Okay, let's just tackle the elephant in the room right away. How do you land your first deal with absolutely no money down? It's a massive question. You might be sitting there thinking you need a huge pile of cash, a 700+ credit score, or some shiny new real estate license to even get in the game. But I'm here to tell you, based on hard data and proven investor strategies, you absolutely don't. What you actually need? Hustle, a solid system, and the ability to trade your creativity for cash. All right, let's get into Section 1, the direct-to-seller advantage. To kick off this journey, we need to completely shift where you are actually looking for these properties. As a beginner with limited capital, you've got to avoid the traditional MLS market. It is way too overcrowded. I mean, right now, with elevated interest rates and incredibly tight inventory, the MLS is fierce. You're dealing with high competition, you're constantly waiting on agents, and the margins, super slim. Instead, you've got to go directly to the homeowner. By targeting the off-market, you step into this beautiful low-competition zone where you have high control. You aren't just sitting around waiting for deals to magically appear. You are actively creating them. So here's the core concept: real estate wholesaling. Basically, you're acting as a problem solver and a middleman. You find a distressed property, secure it under a purchase contract at a steep discount, and then, here's the kicker, you assign that piece of paper, the contract itself, to a cash buyer. You're generating profit, which we call an assignment fee, without ever actually buying, owning, or fixing up the property yourself. It is literally the ultimate low-risk, high-reward entry point. And this whole process breaks down into 4 really straightforward chronological steps. Step 1, you identify a distressed property. Step 2, you get a purchase agreement signed with that motivated seller. Step 3, you market that contract to a cash buyer. And Step 4, you close the deal. The end buyer funds the entire transaction and you collect your fee. 4 simple steps, but honestly, the execution is everything. Moving right along to Section 2, strategies for finding leads. Now that we've got the bird's eye view, let's talk about how we actually uncover these hidden off-market gems. Since you're starting with limited funds, low-barrier, boots-on-the-ground techniques are your absolute best friend. This is exactly how you out-hustle the competition. Think about it. Driving for dollars literally just requires gas in your car and a notepad. Door knocking. It gives you a personal connection that most of your competitors are, frankly, just too intimidated to try. You can hang bandit signs, check community boards, or hit up local real estate investment association or RIA meetings. Getting in those rooms puts you face-to-face with active cash buyers. You're making your own luck here. When you're out there cruising the neighborhoods, you are hunting for physical and financial distress signals. We're talking overgrown lawns, boarded-up windows, maybe a blue tarp on the roof. Or you can check public county records for pre-foreclosures and tax delinquencies. See, a vacant or totally run-down property usually means there's a highly motivated seller behind it who just wants a fast, hassle-free exit. All right, Section 3, the wholesale formula explained. Finding the lead is great, but it's only half the battle. Now we need to make sure you never make the fatal beginner mistake of overpaying. The absolute magic of this strategy comes down to one number: 70%. This is the foundational math that guarantees there's a profit margin for both you and your end buyer. If you don't leave enough meat on the bone for the house flipper or the landlord taking this over, your contract is going to go stale and completely fail at the closing table. Let's actually run the numbers to find your maximum allowable offer, or MAO. This gives you a strict, totally emotionless buy zone. Let's say the after repair value, the ARV of a home, is $300,000. You multiply that by 70%, which gets you to $210,000. Then you subtract the estimated repair costs, say $30,000, and then take out your $10,000 wholesale fee. Boom. That leaves you with a maximum allowable offer of $170,000. Do not offer a single penny more than that, and you'll always have a profitable, assignable deal. Which brings us to Section 4, qualifying motivated sellers. You've got your mouth locked in. Now it is time to actually pick up the phone and talk to these owners. Having a structured cold calling script is honestly like having a conversational GPS. It keeps you right on track. Notice how simple this starts. Good afternoon. I wanted to follow up after the postcard I sent you. Is now a good time? It keeps you in the driver's seat so you don't end up sounding like some robotic telemarketer or scrambling when a seller throws a curveball at you. And remember this, you are a problem solver, not a telemarketer. Your entire goal during this phase is to efficiently disqualify retail-minded sellers. The folks whose houses are in perfect shape and who want absolute top dollar. We're not trying to convince them to sell. We are listening for pain signals, a looming foreclosure, a stressful inherited property, or maybe a landlord who is just completely burned out. To do this, you've got to focus on 4 main pillars: timeline, motivation, property condition, and price expectations. Keep it clinical. Gather the hard data. Find out exactly when they need to sell, what's really driving them, how bad the repairs are, and what they're expecting to get paid. If the seller gets super emotional or goes off on a tangent, just gracefully pivot right back to these 4 pillars. That's exactly how you project veteran-level authority on your very first call. Okay, Section 5, building your buyer's list. You found the seller, got the contract at the right price. Now you need someone to actually buy the deal from you. Let me let you in on a massive industry secret. Beginners always think they need this huge list of thousands of random, unverified emails that they bought online for $5. No way. Total waste of time. In reality, you only need 3 to 5 hyper-qualified local cash buyers. You want the local whales who know exactly which streets are gold and which ones to avoid, and who actually have the capital ready to deploy today. So, how do you find them? Use the Google Ninja trick. It's totally free. You just reverse engineer the exact search terms a motivated seller would use. Go to Google and type in "we buy houses" and then your city. The companies that pop up organically at the very top, those are your sophisticated cash buyers. They're actively spending big money on marketing. Call them up. They are always hungry for more inventory. But you have to vet them. Treat your inventory like absolute gold and interview these buyers rigorously. You want to demand proof of funds upfront, require a non-refundable earnest money deposit, nail down their specific zip code preferences, and confirm their target ROI. The biggest pitfall here is getting daisy-chained by fake buyers, other wholesalers just pretending to be cash buyers. Filtering them out ensures your deal actually survives to the closing table. And finally, Section 6, closing your first deal. We sourced the lead, ran the math, secured the contract, and vetted the buyer. Now for the best part. The absolute beauty of wholesaling is how simple this last step is. You just assign your purchase agreement to your verified cash buyer. That's it. They step into your shoes, they fund the transaction, they deal with all the headaches and renovations, and you let them close directly with the seller while you legally collect your hard-earned assignment fee right from the title company. You are the ultimate real estate matchmaker. So there you have it. You now possess the complete, chronological roadmap to land your very first real estate deal. To skip the overcrowded MLS, how to spot actual distress, the 70% rule to keep your math safe, and exactly how to vet real cash buyers. Your first off-market deal is out there right now, just sitting behind an overgrown lawn or a boarded-up window. Because the true secret to real estate isn't having millions in the bank. It's realizing you can literally create wealth out of thin air just by solving someone else's problem. So grab your keys. Which street are you going to drive first?